Hello, fellow pirates, and welcome back to Dreadlock Gaming. I've decided to show y'all my personal PvP build. We're going to go demonstrate it, and then I'm going to go over the build and explain everything about it. We've got a hostile takeover with 2 people in it. Let's go destroy him. Yes, it is a Bedar. Junk's down. He boarded him. Now let's go kill him. It's a hard fight. 2-on-1. Junk's down. And I won. It's a tough little ship. Wasn't able to get the brigantine down, but got the junk down. I love this little ship. Now, let's find a port, and I will go over the build with you. This is a status effect build. This ship puts status effects on people left and right. Probably the most out of any ship. Let's repair it. And let's go over the build. Now, the reason we are using a Bedar, it's small, it's fast, it's hard to hit. Small ship, little bitty weak points. Now, it is a DPS ship. Favors an aggressive playstyle, which you have to be very aggressive with this playstyle, with this build. It has Lancer, increases damage from ramming by 25% and gains additional speed while pursuing ships within 300 meters. Applies a flooding status effect to enemy ships upon ramming. And it increases their reload speed, which means it slows their reload down by 30% for 30 seconds. So, you ram them, drop their armor. Well, jousting. Increases damage from ramming based on current speed up to a capped at 150%. Ramming a target reduces its armor by 300%, or by 300 points for 30 seconds. So, just from the ship's perk, just from ramming somebody, you ram for 25% more damage. Depending on your speed, it can get up to 150% more damage. You drop their armor by 300 points when you ram them. You apply the flooding status effect whenever you ram them, and you decrease their reload speed by 30% when you ram them. All of that just done by the ship itself. Now let's look at everything else. We are using the Kilonicus Flame 3. And the reason we're using a Kilonicus Flame 3 is because it has the Raider on it, which increases charge rate of the vulnerable effect by 50%, which means your crew attacks build up 50% faster whenever you're using the flamethrower. Plus burning 3, so 30% more damage is burning. That's where your ablaze status effects come from. Then we're using the heavens or divine thunders all the way around. And we're using those because hitting weak points, 35% chance to summon a lightning strike that does 3,000 electric damage. Plus they are electric and piercing. So you build up the Stormstruck effect. Then we are using the Crouching Tiger. And we're using the Crouching Tiger to instantly apply Taunt. Plus, it helps with the burning. Whenever you instantly apply Taunt, that reduces the damage they do to you by 50%, because their damage output is reduced by 50% when they have Taunt on them. And the armor we're using, Black Prince, obviously, because of the Resolute perk. Reduces damage taken by 40% when whole health is less than 33%. So when you have a third of your life left, 40% damage reduction. combined with the rigging station, which recovers health 1% per second when you're below 20%. Those two, and while you're bracing, give you an crazy amount of a pool of health and brace and damage reduction. It basically, for less loss of better words, doubles your health pool, if not more. And I'm talking about your full health pool if you are bracing when you're below 20% with the rigging station and the Black Prince. Then we have Secret Cache. For the reason we use that is for the increased turning speed and the increased acceleration. We also have Balanced Mast. Faster, more acceleration, and more deceleration. So you can turn quicker, turn around, sharper turns, get back on target, go back in for another ram. Then we have emergency sails. And the reason we're using the emergency sails is so if somebody's running from us, we can catch up to them. And with that extra 20% or that extra 10% from the ship itself and the extra 10% from emergency sails, we can catch up with them quick and ram them. Then defensive. I've got one defensive thing on here, and it's the screens, because in my opinion it covers more bases than anything else right now. It covers some burning, the buildup on the ablaze on you. It reduces incoming area damage from enemy ships by 15%, and you get some whole health. I mean, you could put on Spirit Locker, you could put on Leather Fashioning Station, you could throw on Double Planked Hull for the extra armor and extra health. You could throw anything you want there. You could put Medicine Cabinet if you think somebody's going to be using a stamina build against you. You could do Raised Quarterdeck if you think you're going against a flooding build. There's the Medicine Cabinet. You could throw Amber Coating Station on there if you wanted to, just to make the Stormstruck last longer. I don't think it needs to last longer because that's what we're mainly using. I mean, in that spot, you could use whatever you wanted. And then we have Charge Stores. After triggering the Stormstruck status effect on a target, increases damage of the next attack by 50%. So as soon as you land Stormstruck on them, the next attack does 50% more damage. Also increases the charge rate of the Ablaze status effect by 10% on targets already affected by Stormstruck. So if they've got Stormstruck on them and you're trying to catch them on fire again, 10% faster. Increases damage of electric weapons by 5%. There you go. That is the build. This is a status effect build. Probably the most status effects that you can put on somebody at one time. If you wanted to, you could say maybe change out your rear guns for Skurlock Long Nines so you could tear sails easier as well. But any weapon can tear sails. Doesn't matter. Just shoot at their sails and you're going to tear their sails. The Skurlocks will tear sails even if you aren't shooting the sails, but it does it faster when you're shooting the sails. I mean, if you wanted to get rid of, say, the companion screens, because you just want to, you could go with, I know I have it, where is it? I mean, you could do the first mate sledger. That wouldn't be a bad one. I haven't thought about that, putting that one on there yet, but you could restore some of your severe damage if you do a crew attack. Increases the stamina recovery after you do a crew attack, and it increases the range of crew attacks. So that one probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put in the place of screens if you wanted to. But I've got screens on there just for a little bit extra protection. If I were to put anything else on there, it would probably be the first mate sledger. There is one. I can't remember what it's called. Give me a sec. It helps with torn sails. If you wanted to throw it on there so you could tear sails faster. I can't remember what it's called. There it is. The Langridge barrels. You could increase the torn sails effect if you were trying to tear sails with the Divine Thunders, or if you had put long nines on the back. This one probably wouldn't be a bad one to use in there. It's all personal preference, but you want to do the status effect stuff. Lightning, ramp, armor drop, flooding, ablaze, stormstruck, the reduce reload speed, taunt. You want to throw as much stuff on there as you can. If they're flooded, they're taking damage. If they're ablaze, they're taking damage. If they have stormstruck on them, they're taking damage. And everything else just makes for them having a worse day. So that's the build. That's the build explained. I love this little ship. And yes, it is named Bitchy Mist. I've died very few times with this ship. And they have all been on PvP servers where people play PvP a lot. And they're running very similar builds to this. I have one out that's similar on a video on a junk with a similar build to this. This is my favorite PvP ship. You can avoid stuff, move. It's hard to hit. It deals out good damage, lots and lots of status effects. So, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching Dreadlock Gaming. I'll have more videos coming out soon. Check them out. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Also, come and join me on my Discord. We've got a good little community started. Lots of helpful people. Very nice. I love them. Thanks for watching. And remember, never give up the ship.